Indie Mogul.
It was a close call for Batman and Spider-Man as Bella Swan and her men came awfully close to topping both their box office records. How successful was the tween invasion? Let's find out with some movie math. Last year, Sex and the City opened with 57 million, and that was merely a shot across the box office bow from female moviegoers. This year they dealt a major blow to the myth that women don't matter at the box office, as women of all ages powered the Twilight Saga New Moon to the third biggest opening of all time, 140 million. Only The Dark Knight and Spider-Man 3 were able to hold the movie off from complete domination, and they might not be so lucky this June when Eclipse hits theaters. We're looking at biggest opening of the year, biggest midnight grosses ever, biggest opening day gross ever, biggest single day gross ever, biggest holiday opening ever, and the fastest movie to ever reach 100 million. And you know who called it? My Facebook friend Malcolm Weeks. On the nose, on Thursday before even the first day gross was announced. Way to go, Malcolm. Yes, New Moon is a huge hit. Does it mean that it will get nominated for a Best Picture Oscar? I mean, isn't that why the Academy expanded the nomination to 10 films so they could include mega crowd pleasers like The Dark Knight? Well, be careful what you wish for, Academy, because while The Dark Knight was pretty much universally adored, there are plenty of Twilight haters out there. I asked you to rate the movie on a 1 to 10, you gave it a 6, 2.5 points lower than what fans rated the movie on Friday's episode beyond the trailer. And now for the one-sentence review challenge results. Here's the top 5, and number 1 will be getting a free pair of AMC movie tickets. In 5th place is Clifford King Videos, who enjoyed the movie, saying, New Moon was a major improvement from Twilight visually, acting-wise, and pacing-wise. 4th place, Mucha Lou Girl agreed, adding, good directing and great use of Taylor Lautner. But 3rd place, Duwek Uski was disappointed, pointing out that New Moon is far more focused on the target audience than Twilight was, and that lessened my enjoyment. Runner-up Raja Uka could only say, I went to see this yesterday, and to be honest, I heard about like only 10% of it because of all the teeny boppers screaming. And the winner of the 2 free movie tickets is Marooner, who admitted, I only saw this because I went with a bunch of hot chicks. And thus, the secret of the Twilight Saga. Any other weekend, Sandra Bullock and company would be celebrating as The Blind Side opened with 34.5 million. Hey, maybe they're still celebrating, as despite all the Twilight hoopla, this is still Sandra Bullock's biggest opening ever, even beating out this summer's The Proposal. And thank goodness, because it's also more than her last movie, All About Steve Gross in total, proving that she doesn't need Ryan Reynolds to shine at the box office. That was a close one, Bullock. It's also the biggest opening ever for writer-director John Lee Hancock, which is excellent news for him because after The Alamo flopped at the box office, he wasn't able to get work for 5 years. But after this, we'll be seeing his name up on the big screen again real soon. Many of you claimed that Twilight's success is a sign of the apocalypse, and perhaps you decided to get a sneak peek of said apocalypse with Roland Emmerich's 2012, which came in at number 3 in its second weekend. 2012 fell 60%, which is exactly how much The Day After Tomorrow fell in its second weekend, so look for a similar total gross for 2012. Worldwide, 2012 continues to play strong, up to 268 million. But look, in one weekend, New Moon is already up to 258 million worldwide. Maybe John Cusack should have saved his family sans shirt. Elsewhere in the box office, Planet 51 opened in 4th place with a respectable 12.6 million. You know, better than Astro Boy, but nowhere near the opening of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs or any of the Ice Age movies. Perhaps audiences are animated out. Hopefully their interest will pick back up for Disney's The Princess and the Frog, as there's a lot riding on that movie. Not just for Disney, but for 2D animation in general. A Christmas Carol fell 45%, showing initial signs of faltering despite a whole month left until Christmas. The $200 million pick is up to 79 million. Stop making motion capture films, Robert Zemeckis. And in 5th place is Precious, up another 87% and grossing another 11 million, despite only playing in 629 theaters. That gives Precious the second highest per-screen average after New Moon, 2 movies about teenagers that couldn't be more different. Will it be a celebration or insult if they go head-to-head this award season? I saw a movie this weekend and I'll tell you all about it after the break.
I'll get you!
So my sister came into town this weekend for Thanksgiving, and since she's not into big crowds, we're going to see Twilight New Moon sometime this week. Therefore, I shall review it next week on Movie Math. Instead, we went to see The Blind Side, which was like an amazing, top-notch TV movie. Do you need to see this movie? No. But if you did, you'd certainly have a good time. It's a very moving story, but you could also Wikipedia Michael Oher and read all about what happened to him. And when I think about it, that's kind of what this movie was. A filmed Wikipedia entry. It was informative and interesting, but it really only brushed the surface of what happened. Movies are supposed to delve into emotions, thus terms like character arcs and B-storyline. The Blind Side had neither of these things, and you could guess exactly what was going to happen throughout the movie. But that's not to say it still wasn't a fun ride with great production values and solid performances. So most likely, if you're looking for something to add to your Netflix queue in a few months, why not click on The Blind Side? You could do worse, but you could also do better. No awards for you, Sandra Bullock. Good try, though. As always, thanks for watching Movie Math, and I'll see you on Wednesday when Beyond the Trailer covers Ninja Assassin, Old Dogs, and finally, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some Movie Math.
Subscribe, comment, rate it.